In a world filled with satellites, advanced science, and modern technology, there are still places on Earth that nobody truly understands. Places surrounded by dark legends, strange disappearances, unexplained sounds, and mysteries that continue to shock scientists even today. Some of these locations are so strange that people refuse to visit them. Others attract millions of curious travelers, searching for answers that may never be found. Imagine standing in a forest where compasses stop working, walking near a lake that can instantly kill animals, or flying above ancient drawings so massive they can only be seen from the sky. Sounds impossible? Well, these places are real. For centuries, explorers, historians, researchers, and ordinary people have tried to uncover the truth behind these mysteries. But the deeper they investigate, the more mysterious these places become. Tonight, we are traveling across the globe to discover the most mysterious places on Earth. From cursed islands and disappearing ships to ancient secrets hidden in deserts and mountains. These stories will make you question how much we truly know about our planet. And trust me, the final mystery in this video is something you will never forget. So before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because on this channel, we uncover the hidden stories, forgotten histories, and greatest mysteries from around the world. Now, let's begin our journey into the unknown. Our first destination is one of the most famous mysteries ever recorded, the Bermuda Triangle, a massive region in the Atlantic Ocean stretching between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. At first glance, it looks completely normal. Beautiful blue water, clear skies, and endless ocean. But according to countless reports, something strange happens here. For decades, ships and airplanes have mysteriously disappeared inside this area. Some vanished without sending a single distress signal. Others were discovered completely abandoned. No survivors, no wreckage, no clear explanation. The mystery became world famous in 1945, during an incident known as Flight 19. 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off on a routine training mission. The weather was normal. The pilots were experienced. Everything seemed fine. But suddenly, strange radio messages started coming from the pilots. One pilot reportedly said, "We don't know where we are. Everything looks wrong." Then another chilling message arrived. "Even the ocean doesn't look as it should." After that, silence. The planes disappeared completely. Soon after, a rescue aircraft was sent to search for them. But unbelievably, that plane disappeared too. To this day, neither the aircraft nor the crew were ever fully recovered. Naturally, this led to hundreds of theories. Some people believe the Bermuda Triangle contains unusual magnetic forces that interfere with navigation systems. Others think giant underwater methane gas explosions may cause ships and planes to suddenly lose control. Some researchers blame unpredictable storms and powerful ocean currents. But many theories go far beyond science. Aliens, time warps, lost underwater civilizations, even secret portals to another dimension. Over the years, movies, books, and documentaries turned the Bermuda Triangle into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history. However, scientists argue that the area may not actually be more dangerous than other heavily traveled parts of the ocean. Still, the stories continue. Even today, many pilots and sailors feel nervous when crossing this region. And honestly, if your compass suddenly stopped working in the middle of a silent ocean, you would probably feel terrified too. Imagine being surrounded by endless water, with no land in sight. While your instruments fail one by one, no GPS, no direction, only silence. That fear is exactly why the Bermuda Triangle continues to capture the imagination of millions around the world. But surprisingly, this is only the beginning, because our next mysterious location may be even stranger. A place where giant human statues stare silently across an isolated island, as if guarding secrets from a lost civilization. Welcome to Easter Island. Far away in the Pacific Ocean, thousands of kilometers from major cities and modern civilization, lies one of the most mysterious islands on Earth. Easter Island. Known locally as Rapa Nui, this small volcanic island is famous for its enormous stone statues called Moai. At first glance, the statues almost look alive. Massive faces, deep empty eyes, and expressions frozen in silence. Some stand over 30 feet tall. Others weigh more than 80 tons. And here's the mystery that continues to confuse experts today. How did ancient people move these gigantic statues across the island without modern technology? Remember, these statues were created hundreds of years ago. No cranes, no trucks, no machines. Yet somehow, the people of Easter Island carved massive rocks from volcanic stone and transported them across difficult terrain. Even today, scientists still debate how it was done. Some researchers believe workers used logs to roll the statues. Others think ropes were attached to the sides, allowing groups of people to slowly walk the statues forward. In recent experiments, researchers successfully moved replica statues upright using ropes alone. But many questions still remain unanswered. Why did the islanders create so many statues in the first place? Some historians believe the Moai represented important ancestors or spiritual leaders. Others think the statues were symbols of power and protection. But the mystery becomes even darker when researchers study what happened to the civilization itself. At one point, Easter Island supported a thriving population. The island was filled with forests and natural resources. Then suddenly, everything changed. The forests disappeared. Resources became limited. The society collapsed. Some experts believe the islanders destroyed their own environment by cutting too many trees. Others think war and famine caused chaos across the island. There are also theories involving disease and outside invaders. But because much of the island's history was never written down, nobody knows the full truth. And that uncertainty only makes Easter Island more mysterious. Imagine standing there alone at sunset, surrounded by giant stone faces, silently staring toward the horizon. No voices, no movement, only wind and ocean waves. Many visitors say the island feels strangely powerful, almost spiritual, as if the statues are hiding secrets humanity was never meant to understand. And perhaps the strangest part of all, some of the Moai statues have bodies buried underground. For years, people believed only the giant heads existed. But archaeologists later discovered full torsos hidden beneath the soil. That discovery shocked the world, because it proved that Easter Island still holds mysteries waiting to be uncovered. And who knows, maybe even more secrets remain buried beneath Island today. But our journey into mystery is far from over, because next, we're visiting a place so terrifying that people literally call it the door to hell. Deep in the deserts of Turkmenistan, far away from cities and civilization, there is a place that looks like something from a nightmare. A giant crater filled with endless fire. Locals call it the Darvaza gas crater, but around the world it is better known as the door to hell. And honestly, when you first see it at night, you understand why. Flames rise endlessly from the ground. The air becomes dangerously hot, and the glowing crater lights up the dark desert like a portal from another world. But how did this terrifying place appear? According to reports, the mystery began in 1971. During a Soviet gas drilling operation, scientists were searching for natural gas beneath the desert when suddenly the ground collapsed beneath their equipment. A massive crater opened in the earth. Soon after, dangerous methane gas started leaking from the hole. Fearing the toxic gas could spread and harm nearby areas, the scientists made a decision. They set the crater on fire. Their plan was simple. Let the gas burn for a few days. Then the fire would stop naturally. But something unexpected happened. The flames never went out. Days became weeks. Weeks became years. And now, more than 50 years later, the crater is still burning. Imagine standing near a hole in the earth that has been on fire longer than many people have been alive. The sound of roaring flames, the smell of gas, the unbearable heat. It creates an atmosphere that feels almost unreal. Many travelers say visiting the door to hell feels like standing near the edge of another dimension. At night, the crater becomes even more terrifying. The glowing orange flames move constantly in the darkness, while hot air rises into the sky. Some people describe it as beautiful, others describe it as horrifying. And of course, mysterious places always attract strange theories. Some believe the crater could hide underground, tunnels stretching deep beneath the desert. Others think unusual geological activity exists below the surface. And as expected, there are even supernatural legends connected to the site. Despite its frightening appearance, the door to hell has become one of the most famous tourist attractions in Central Asia. People travel from around the world just to witness the burning crater with their own eyes. But the government of Turkmenistan has also discussed closing or extinguishing the crater because of environmental concerns and gas waste. So one day, this mysterious fire may finally disappear forever. But until then, the door to hell continues burning in silence beneath the desert sky. And somehow, our next mystery becomes even stranger, because now we are traveling to Peru, where ancient people created giant drawings in the desert that can only be fully seen from the sky. And nobody knows exactly what. In the dry deserts of Peru lies one of the greatest mysteries in human history, the Nazca Lines. At first, the desert looks empty, just endless land and rocks stretching across the horizon. But high above the ground, a completely different picture appears. Massive drawings cover the desert floor. Perfectly shaped animals, birds, spiders, monkeys, strange, geometric lines stretching for miles. Some are hundreds of feet long. And here's the unbelievable part. They were created more than 2,000 years ago. The ancient Nazca civilization carefully removed dark surface stones to reveal lighter earth beneath, creating giant designs visible from the sky. But this creates a huge mystery. How did ancient people create such enormous artwork without airplanes? From the ground, many of the shapes are impossible to fully recognize. Yet somehow, the Nazca people designed them with incredible accuracy. Even modern researchers remain amazed by their precision. Some scientists believe the lines had religious importance. Others think they were connected to astronomy and the movement of stars. A different theory suggests they may have been pathways used during ceremonies and rituals. But of course, there are more unusual ideas too. Some people believe the Nazca Lines were signals meant for extraterrestrials. Why? Because the giant figures are easiest to see from high above the earth. This alien theory became extremely popular in books and documentaries, turning the Nazca Lines into one of the world's biggest mysteries. Although scientists do not support these claims, the mystery continues attracting attention worldwide. And honestly, when you see the enormous figures from the air, it's easy to understand why people are fascinated. Imagine ancient humans standing in the middle of a giant desert, carefully creating artwork so large it could only truly be appreciated from the sky. It almost feels impossible. But the mystery doesn't end there. What's even more surprising is how well the lines survived for thousands of years. Because the Nazca Desert is extremely dry and calm, there is very little rain or wind to damage the drawings. As a result, many of them remain visible even today. And every year, archaeologists continue discovering new shapes hidden in the desert, meaning the Nazca civilization may still have secrets waiting to be uncovered. But now, it's time for our final mystery, a place hidden deep inside. A forest where water mysteriously disappears into the earth. And for many years, nobody knew where it went. Welcome to Devil's Kettle. In the forests of Minnesota, USA, there is a waterfall unlike any other on Earth. A place so strange that scientists spent years trying to solve its mystery. This place is called Devil's Kettle. At first, the waterfall looks normal. Water rushes through rocks surrounded by thick forest and steep cliffs. But then something impossible happens. The waterfall splits into two separate streams. One side flows normally downstream into a river, but the other side vanishes completely into a deep hole in the rocks. No visible exit, no underground river in sight, nothing. For decades, nobody knew where the missing water went. Scientists and visitors tried everything to solve the mystery. People threw sticks into the hole. They dropped ping-pong balls into the water. Some even used colored dye, hoping it would appear somewhere downstream. But nothing was ever found. The object simply disappeared. Naturally, this led to endless theories. Some believed hidden underground tunnels carried the water deep beneath the earth. Others imagined secret cave systems stretching for miles underground. And because mysterious places always inspire legends, some people even believed the hole was supernatural, a portal, a gateway, or something humanity could not explain. The mystery became famous across the internet and television. Thousands of curious visitors traveled to Devil's Kettle hoping to witness the strange phenomenon themselves. Eventually, scientists conducted more advanced research. Their conclusions suggested the disappearing water likely rejoins the river, underground a short distance away. But even with this explanation, the waterfall still feels mysterious, because when you stand beside it in person, watching half the river vanish into darkness, your mind naturally begins asking questions. Where exactly does it go? How deep is the hole? And what else could be hidden beneath the earth? Sometimes, the greatest mysteries are not ancient monuments or lost civilizations. Sometimes, they are hidden quietly within nature itself. And perhaps that is what makes mysterious places so fascinating. They remind us that no matter how advanced humanity becomes, our world still contains secrets we do not fully understand. From disappearing planes in the Bermuda Triangle to giant stone statues on Easter Island, to burning craters, ancient desert drawings, and waterfalls that swallow rivers. Our planet is filled with mysteries that continue to amaze humanity. Some of these places may eventually be explained by science. Others may remain unsolved forever. But one thing is certain. These mysteries remind us how little we truly know about the world around us. And honestly, maybe that mystery is what makes Earth such an incredible place. Now I want to ask you something. Which mysterious place in today's video surprised you the most? The Bermuda Triangle? The Nazca Lines? Or the terrifying door to hell? Tell us your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another mystery from around the world. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video on Past of the Time.